But some believe even the looting, and this is just their theories, were by people who were hired by security personnel and police to make the protesters look bad and despised by the public. So in general, people, I would say majority of people are supportive of protest and the call for change.
Amir, thank you. I want to bring in now Stephen Cook, a senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, who's just come back from Egypt today, in fact. Stephen, when you were there, what were you picking up on the ground?
Well, there was a lot of tension in Cairo. Upon arrival, an Egyptian friend of mine had said to me, this is not the same Egypt that you visited in October. And it was clear that there was concern among average people, among activists, that January 25th, the first day of this, was going to be big. That's different from what the government and members of the ruling National Democratic Party thought about January 25th, however.
I mean, you met a number of... Sorry, go on, Steve.
No, those officials were dismissive of the call for protests. Their responses to this range from, it'll be an accomplishment if, and this is a quote, if 50 people show up for this, to charging that if demonstrations did in fact materialize, it was just a function of how free and democratic Egypt has become under President Mubarak, to finally saying that if in fact there were large protests, Egypt was different from Tunisia because the Egyptian police had a strategy and that President Mubarak is not weak.
So there's been a high level of arrogance, if not delusion, at senior level in the government there. Clearly, reality has now set in. With your knowledge of how the government works in Egypt, what are you making of Mubarak saying he's going to sack his cabinet, get a new one? What's going to happen here, do you think?
I think this falls into the category of delusional. I was in Liberation Square on Tuesday night, and the central focus of the opposition and the people participating in the demonstration is Mubarak himself. I didn't hear anything about the government or government ministers. They serve at the pleasure of President Mubarak and the regime that he has led for the past 30 years. Their complaint starts with him and then goes to his son, Gamal Mubarak, his presumptive heir, and the ruling National Democratic Party. Their central focus and their first and foremost among their demands is for President Mubarak to go. I think, though, going forward, it's going to be the most important group of people to watch is the military establishment, the senior command, and how they are responding to this crisis.
Because at the moment it seems that the police have been perceived as the enemy, the military as the friend by the protesters. Is that, do you think, the reality?
I think to start it is. The military is widely respected, has avoided doing the dirty work of keeping Egypt's streets quiet. The police are the people with whom Egyptians have everyday contact, who are particularly brutal and have acted in particular recently with impunity. So there is an opportunity here for the military to use its gravitas and its prestige with the broader Egyptian public to stabilize the situation. But